Hi guys, what's up? It's Joel Pitt here, back with another video, and in this video it'll be for Love Island 2025 Season 12 Episode 14. I'll leave a link down below to Episode 13, which was the second unseen bit of this series. Of course there's going to be spoilers, so without further ado, let's get on with it. So Shakira and Tony spoke. Shakira said she was going to speak to Emily. Emily said she couldn't be bothered speaking to Shakira. Basically they were just talking about when the dumping happened. Well, someone was going to be dumped. She was just, saying, oh, I'm really happy with Connor and all this, but she was just saying, read the room. Everyone else was upset. You don't need to be happy all the time. Emily went to some others as well after the chat, and then Shakira was like, don't speak about what we've just chatted about here. Shakira and Harry spoke. Harry was saying that Shakira's been side-eyeing him for like a week. Then there was a line, basically he was saying, Harry said that a sequin and a tan line, that'll do me. Chuck a smooth leg in there and you might be trouble, he said. Yasmin then pulled Ben. Basically, his type, Ben, is brunette, nice eyes. Ben said, Yasmin can hold eye contact. She has nice teeth and a nice smile. On the Friday, like the video on Friday when it was showing on Sunday night, Megan looked different. That's why I thought it was a bombshell, but no, it was Megan that it was on the thing. No, it wasn't. No one knew. Ben has a flirty personality, and Yasmin could see that. Harrison then pulled Tony. Tony said, have you crossed off your bingo card yet? I'm like, what's that? All the women in the house. But yeah, Yasmin, he said, is not for him, really. He likes the chat with Tony, but like Harrison he tells Tony he has the best chats with her. But then when the boys ask the same question to him, he says the best chats are with Helena. So I'm like, what's going on there? They did have a kiss, though. Harry was allowed to sleep in the bed tonight, Helena said. Tony kissed Harrison and they rubbed nose before they went to bed. Alima and Ramel kissed. Connor and Emily spooned. Meg and Dejan kissed. Tommy and Megan kissed. Harry made Shakira and Tony some coffees. Ben made Helena a coffee, but Tony was like coffee wife swap, but Helena said Ben's giving like little brother vibes, doesn't see a connection there. Shakira and Tony went to speak to Emily together. Megan then pulled Connor. Emily and Helena then looked over. Helena said she likes Connor in a bucket hat, she said. Megan then went to Helena, and then also Alima was there for a chat, basically to tell what happened. Tommy and Emily spoke. Helena and Harrison spoke. Connor and Emily spoke. And Emily was just saying, she wants Connor to have her back a bit more. Then they played a game of spin the bottle. You know how spin the bottle works. You spin the bottle, whoever it lands on has to do the dare or the truth. So Ramel spinned and it landed on Meg, and Meg had to do a dare. Snog the boy, who is your usual type, on the outside, so went for Harrison. Then Emily spun and it landed on Helena. She had to do a dare. If she could choose to recouple right now, snog the islander, who that would be, so she went for Harrison. She would have tried to kiss Harrison today, somehow, but, it's a challenge. Tony spun and it landed on Megan, and it was a truth. And it was, how do you genuinely feel about Connor and spending more time with him? Meg spun, landed on Emily, a dare. Snog the islander you would be if you wasn't in your couple now, went for Tommy. Then Dejan spun, landed on Tony, a truth. Very obvious, you're not Harrison's only interest, they said. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel when you're with Harrison right now? Megan spun, landed on Tommy. Dare, kiss the islander you would be coupled up with if it wasn't with Megan. Went for Shakira. Now that's interesting. Didn't go for Emily, went for Shakira. Is there something we're missing? I don't know. But then he must have said that's his usual type or something. Connor spun, landed on Connor, I think. Dare, put someone in your most favourite sex position who you'd think be the best in bed. So went for Megan and the speed bump. Didn't go for Emily, and then Emily came up with a comment like, oh, well, if you didn't, you know, you're not going to try, like, you're never going to find out or something, she said, after, like, Yasmin made a comment. Then Helena spun, landed on Shay. His dare, well, they didn't want him to kiss anyone. Well, he's not really found any connection at the moment. So he said to go around the room, well, go around the circle and tell everyone the first word, like, you think of when you look at them. So Helena, he said mug. Connor, a joker. Yasmin, fake. Shakira, cute. H or Harry, mental. Emily, sweet. Harrison, mysterious. Melly, who's Ramel to him, real, you know. Well, they came in together, you know. Ben or B, crazy. Meg, fiery. Dejan, D, smooth. Megan, pretty. Tommy boy, gentleman. You know, that was a really nice one for him. Tony, the B word. And Alima, hard work. But technically that's 2 words. Harry then spun, and Dejan's was a dare. He had to shake the hand of the islander you're least attracted to in the villa. So went for Yasmin. But then in the challenge, he kissed Yasmin as the most attractive girl. So what's going on there? But she's not going to defend him anymore. Don't know who spun the next one, but it landed on Emily. The dare, lick the islander, head to toe, you'd think be the best in bed. So went for Ben. Harry, well, it was Helena spinning, and then it landed on Harry, and it was a dare. And then as a joke, Helena said, a day to go home. But instead, snog the islander for 10 seconds that you'd think you'd be best suited with. So went for Shakira. Harry needs a behaviour transplant, Shakira said. Emily might speak to other people, Connor is thinking. And the way Connor is acting is very unattractive to Emily. Emily and Connor spoke about the challenge. Meg and Megan spoke. Megan said she feels that sexual attraction with Connor, but with Tommy, he doesn't feel that. But Tommy is a gentleman, but if she could merge the 2 together, she'd love that. Then they got a text about gathering around the fire pit, and tonight there was a recoupling. So, yeah, they've not even had a few hours to decide. Some people don't know who they're going to couple up with. There was a first look. Fallout continues as Emily and Shakira clash. Tensions continue to flare after Emily and Shakira don't see eye to eye. There's the week 2 roundup on YouTube. Missed an episode? No probs. Catch up with all the drama from week 2. And remember, you can watch it all back on ITVX. And then also on the After Sun, there will be a exclusive. It's also on the app, and it just says Harry's mum isn't best pleased with his antics. But anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.